Hey everybody, it's the Cartoonkid back again with another fantastic fanfic idea. And today I'm bringing you Maskformers. Now, you're probably wondering why did I come up with this? Well, to be fair, after watching a link call review on a Transformer crossover with Ghostbusters, I couldn't help but think what other franchises could work with, Transformers. And so I thought, why not the mask? I mean, it's not like the Transformers haven't seen magic before. Well, at least maybe they have. No, I gotta be honest, I haven't really watched a lot of the series, but yeah, there are at least some hints of some see at least one or two of the Transformers that seem like magic. But I digress. Story. The planet Cybertron was ravaged by a civil war between two Transformer factions: the Autobots, led by Optimus Prime, and the Decepticons, led by Megatron. For the Allspark, a cube-like object that is the source of all Cybertronian life. The Autobots want to find the Allspark to rebuild Cybertron and end the war, while the Decepticons want to use it to conquer the universe. Megatron found the Allspark on Earth, but crash landed in the Arctic Circle and was frozen in the ice. In 1897, Captain Archibald Witwicky and his crew of explorers stumbled upon both Megatron and an ancient wooden mask buried deep in the ice nearby. The mask, was carved with mysterious Norse runes, was actually the legendary mask of Loki, an artifact of immense reality warping power that had been lost for millennia. When Captain Witwicky accidentally activated Megatron's navigational system, the combined energies of the Allspark and the mask caused his glasses to be imprinted not only with the Allspark's coordinates, but also with mystical symbols that could guide future generations to both artifacts. Sector 7, a secret U.S. government organization, eventually discovered the Allspark in the Colorado River and built the Hoover Dam around it to give it to mask its energy emissions. The still frozen Megatron was transported to the facility and reverse engineered to advance human technology. Unknown to them, the mask had been separated during transport and ended up in a museum's private collection, eventually making its way to an antique shop in Edge City. In the present day, the Decepticons, Blackout, Scorpion, Frenzy, Barricades, Starscream, Bone Crusher, and Brawl landed on Earth and assumed the disguise of Earth vehicles. Their attacks on military installations and attempts to hack government networks proceeded as before, leading them to track down the Witwicky family glasses, now owned by Sam Ricky's distant cousin, Stanley Ipkiss, a meek bank employee in Edge City. Stanley's life took a dramatic turn when he discovered the wooden mask after a series of unfortunate events led him to the antique shop. Upon wearing the mask, Stanley transformed into a reality-bending trickster with godlike powers, able to defy physics, manipulate matter, and alter the very fabric of reality through sheer will and cartoon logic. Unlike the Allspark, which could create or sustain transformer life, the mask's power was limitless, drawing from the chaotic energies of Loki himself. One of the Autobots, Bumblebee, was also on Earth searching for the Allspark, but his sensors detected a massive reality distortion emanating from Edge City whenever Stanley wore the mask. The mask's power signature was so overwhelming that it initially masked the Allspark's location from all Cybertronians. When Stanley first encountered Bumblebee, the Autobot was amazed to witness the mask's wheeler casually shape reality, create matter from nothing, and display powers that rival those of Primus himself. The other Autobots, Optimus Prime, Jazz, Ironhide, and Ratchet, arrived on Earth and quickly realized that the mask represented a power source potentially more valuable than the Allspark itself. However, they also recognized that its chaotic nature made it extremely dangerous if it fell into Decepticon hands. Optimus Prime attempted to form an alliance with Stanley, but the unpredictable nature of the master's influence made Stanley an unreliable ally. Sometimes heroically helpful, other times dangerously chaotic. When Barricade confronted Stanley demanding the Witwicky glasses, the encounter escalated into a reality-warping battle where the mask's power allowed Stanley to temporarily transform Barricade into a harmless toy car before teleporting away. This display of power set shockwaves through both factions as they realized they were dealing with a force that could potentially neutralize their technological advantages entirely. Sector 7 agents, led by Seymour Simmons, captured both Stanley and Bumblebee, bringing them to the Hoover Dam facility. When they realized Stanley possessed the mask, they attempted to study its properties alongside the Allspark, not understanding the artifact's true nature. Frenchie infiltrated the facility, and his presence near both artifacts caused a catastrophic resonance between the Allspark's technological energies and the mask's chaotic magic. This resonance awakened Megatron while simultaneously amplifying the mask's power beyond Stanley's ability to control. The facility descended into chaos as reality itself became unstable. Walls turned into liquid, gravity reversed in sections, and the laws of physics became suggestions rather than rules. In the pandemonium, Megatron broke free, but found himself temporarily powerless when the masked reality distortions interfered with his systems. The final battle took place in Edge City rather than Mission City, as both factions converged on the epicenter of the mask's power. The conflict became a three-way struggle. Decepticons seeking to claim both artifacts, Autobots trying to protect Earth and secure the Allspark, and Stanley transformed by the mask, becoming an unpredictable wild card whose reality altering powers could instantly change the tide of battle. During the climactic confrontation, Stanley realized that the masked power came with a terrible cost. Its chaotic influence was beginning to tear holes in reality itself, threatening to unravel not just Earth, but potentially the entire universe. In a moment of clarity, he used the mask's power to merge it temporarily with the Allspark, creating a surge of controlled creative energy that banished Megatron to a pocket dimension while permanently damaging several Decepticons. However, the strain of controlling both artifacts simultaneously proved too much. The Allspark shattered from the mystical overload, its fragments scattering across the earth, while the mask crumbled to dust, its power finally spent after centuries of existence. Stanley, Stanley returned to his normal form, but forever changed by the experience, became the liaison between humanity and the remaining Autobots. The surviving Autobots, now stranded on Earth without the Allspark, established a secret base in Edge City. Optimus Prime sent out a signal to surviving Autobots across the galaxy. But now, who sought not just refugees, but also those who might help locate and protect the scattered Allspark fragments, the pieces that still held immense power but were now fused with traces of the mask's chaotic magic, making them both powerful and more unpredictable than ever before. Stanley, having experienced power beyond imagination and chosen to sacrifice it for the greater good, became the unlikely guardian of these reality altering Allspark fragments. His brief time wearing the mask having left him uniquely capable of sensing and containing their chaotic energies. And yeah, that is essentially my best interpretation of a crossover between The Mask and Michael Bay's Transformers. But I digress. Anyway, this is pretty much all I got for today, so please be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe if you kind of like this idea. And if you do like it, want to use it, improve on it a little bit, all I simply ask is credit for the idea. Okay, bye!